let me just go over my morning for you so that you can, really feel like you're a part of something, a community, if you will. Okay. Last night I went to bed around 11 o'clock, 11:30 maybe, sleeping soundly. I don't sleep well as it is, but anyway, sleeping soundly. All of a sudden, I I hear this knocking at our bedroom door. Then my wife jumps out of bed and she's like, what, what, and so immediately I figured out that it was the dog on the other side of the door scratching. And so as he's scratching, his leg is hitting the door and it's making a noise. So my wife's all wakes up scared to death. I wake up because my wife's scared to death. And then now I'm awake. And you may say, well, that's not, that happens. You should let that go. And I agree. I agree. And I just want you to know that I feel like I'm one of those people that can let things go on a fairly regular basis. Okay. Then I was talking to a friend the other day, and I woke up and I saw some more stuff about it, but they're listing their house. And as a real estate agent, that's a great thing, listing your house for sale. Unfortunately, it's not with me. So that's good. In this market right now, you really, really, really want to have more buyers than sellers, because then you can drive around all day long, every day, and show houses and then have people not make offers, or if they do make offers, not get the house. So you really want a lot of buyers like I have right now. And, you don't want a lot of listings, because that's where you could actually make some money. No. You want all buyers. And so that's what I have. And so I'm constantly reminded about how great it is when my friends list with other people, so that I can continue to do the same thing, drive around every day and show houses and not get them under contract and have people not be interested in buying them. It's great. Then I have, as we were talking about buyers, I need to set showings for the day. I have to drive all over St. Louis. And one of the places that I need to go is way out in West County, and then I need to be in South County. And I need to set those showings. Usually you need about 2 hours before a showing to confirm it. And so last night I asked one of my buyer clients, hey man, do you want me to set those showings? You've talked about these houses for a couple of days. And then I got nothing. So now I can't set the showings. And then I got on Facebook when I woke up, and then I noticed that I had been on a listing appointment at this house, and it did end up being a successful listing for someone else. They have clearly chosen someone else. And you may say, well, John, I can see why they chose someone else. You're somewhat salty this morning. You're somewhat unpleasant. Well, I mean, now you can see I've lost 2 listings, and I'm running around with a buyer trying to confirm something. And I haven't slept well. I mean, it's going well. And then after that, one of the best things in the world to do is to set showings, and then have the agent that's listing the house cancel those showings. So about 2 weeks ago, I set a showing for Memorial Day weekend, and it was ready to go to that showing when it was canceled. So I talked to the agent. I said, hey, did the house go under contract? Did something happen? And they said, oh no, we're just on vacation, and you can see it next week. And so I scheduled them. Okay, great. I can understand that. I mean, you could have just put it off. You could have blocked the time off in Marist, but whatever. Right. Whatever. So I set a showing again for this week, Friday. And of course, this morning I wake up and that showing is canceled. So these people are clearly not interested in selling their house. I don't even know why it's on the market. I really don't. I mean, why are you wasting everyone's time? If I can't even get a showing after a week, and I've tried twice and you cancel it, I'm just not going. I'm not going. I'm not sending my buyers. And if anybody else asks me, I'm going to say these people can't get their shit together and can't get the house ready to show. There's something wrong with them. They probably should unlist their property, because it's just ridiculous that I can't get a showing. I mean, come on. You're in the hottest market ever, and you can't even arrange a showing for your house. It's ridiculous. Like, what is wrong with you? So that made me a little bit upset, because I really like spending time setting up showings and then having them be canceled at the last moment. I mean, that's really what I want to do today. On top of everything else, I want to schedule a showing. Tell my buyers that I'm ready. It takes, maybe 5-10 minutes to go schedule a showing. You may think it's no big deal, but when you schedule 50 showings or something, I mean, it's like hours. And so it's like, it's ridiculous. I hate it. I want nothing to do with it. And it just pisses me off. So anyway, I mean, that's where I'm at. So feeling pretty down. I mean, 2 listings lost. Can't show a house that I want to show today, that I've told my buyers about twice. I just didn't feel real great waking up, like not had a lot of sleep. And then I got my live stream at 9. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. So what do I need to do? I need to do something to get myself in a better frame. And so I went to McDonald's. I got myself an Egg McMuffin, and you can see it's here. I really did. And people may say, well, you can't eat, like that's not good for you're not supposed to eat fast food. That's bad for you. I don't really care at this point right now. I'm angry. I will eat what I want. Like I'm tired. I'm tired. And you say, I thought about this because again, I'm 2 hours late to my live stream. What would you say would be a good way to wake up in the morning? Well, the first thing would be I would sleep through the night. That'd be nice. Second thing is when I look at my social media, like I got a listing instead. Like I got a listing, or I got an email that said, hey, I'd like to have you list my house. That'd be nice. I mean, really, those are the things that I would like. Hey, maybe an offer that we wrote on a house made it through. Like we actually got it accepted. Like, hey, I'm 20 grand over asking. I'm 30 grand over asking. It's not going to appraise, but I don't have an appraisal writer in there. But you know what? Hey, I got one accepted. That'd be nice. It's like I don't feel like I'm asking too much. I'm in the real estate business. I'm trying to sell houses and I'm trying to help buyers buy houses. And I would just like some success with that. Like those two things. What's causing problems with me now in the back of my mind is I'm doing a lot of business that's not related to actually getting something accomplished. And what I mean by that is I have to show houses to have people write contracts. Okay. But because of the way the market's set up, I show houses, I write contracts, we don't get houses. And so I just do it over and over and over again. And on the listing side, it's like I get no listings because the buyers that I would have that would be listing their properties can't buy a house. And so I'm in this odd situation where I can't do anything except for schedule showings, have them be canceled, and watch other people get listings. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is my business. My business is to help buyers buy houses, help sellers sell theirs. That's what I do. It's not, I don't drive around showing houses all day, every day, just to write an offer that no one's going to accept. Like, that's not my business. That's a different business. And that's the current business that I have. And that business sucks. I would not want to be in that business. But here I am. It's just bullshit. It just gets old and I get tired of it. I get tired of waking up every morning and the same damn thing happens. Somebody calls me and says, hey, let's go look at this house. Absolutely. Would love to go show the house. Let me get it all scheduled and have it all ready for you to go see the house. We go see the house. Oh, you know what, John? I really like the house. I'd like to put an offer on it. Okay, let's write an offer. So what are we going to need to get this house under contract? Well, to be honest with you, it looks like houses are selling for between 105 and 110% above asking. Okay. So we need to be in that range to write an offer. Okay. So let's do that. So we write an offer between 105 and 110%, maybe even 111% over asking just so we can get the house. And then what do we get at the end of the day? We have to wait 3 or 4 days for the seller to make their decision, because the sellers are so wonderful. They can wait for 3 days and we can just sit around and twiddle our thumbs while they come up with a decision. And guess what? We don't get the house. Over and over and over for months. Months. You say, well, I know other people that have gotten houses, John. You're just not writing the right offers. I've gotten houses sold in this time. Okay. Just because I get 1 of 10 contracts accepted doesn't make it okay. So I don't know. But what is your professional obligation when you list a house? Okay. And then you don't let anybody see it. Like, what is your professional obligation? Or you agree to showings and then cancel them as the listing agent? Should you call the agent? Like, should the listing agent call me right now and say, hey man, I know you're trying to sell this house and I really, really appreciate it, but my seller's an idiot. My seller doesn't know what the hell they're doing and they're just obviously pissing you off. And I apologize. And here, can we show it on this day? And right now, after canceling twice on me, I'm kind of at no. I don't want your house anymore. I don't care. If it's this hard to schedule a showing, can you imagine negotiating a contract for sale with someone that can't even get a fucking showing? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Didn't mean to curse. But seriously, salty language, I apologize. God. Now I'm going to be down. But now the 17 people that watch me aren't going to be able to see my live stream. It's terrible. I feel awful about this. Maybe it'll be banned. Ban my show. Shadow banned. Because YouTube has time to spend on my live stream with 4 people. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. So I had a McMuffin, and I said to myself, "Look, you're gonna prepare a show, and you're gonna do a good job, regardless of what happens, John. You don't deserve this level of ridiculousness, right? You're a good guy. You're doing your best in a challenging situation, That's what I like to believe. It was bizarre. I went to one of my kids' graduation parties, and it was like, an award ceremony, and all these kids are walking on down the graduation aisle. I'd say like 12 of them want to be real estate agents at 18. And I'm like, and by the way, I hear this all the time. People are like, oh, you want to be a real estate agent? Oh, you make so much money. Oh, your wallet's so fat. We all just want to make all this money. Do you think people haven't figured this out? Like, do you understand that I'm competing with like thousands of agents in St. Louis? Thousands for a listing. How many listings do you think come up in a week? I mean, it's not thousands. So there's a lot of agents not doing a lot of business. And yet, everyone says, oh, jump into real estate. It's great. Make all this money. It's not great. I'll tell you right now, it's not great. Right now, it's not great. Not great. When you go for 6 and 7 months, and when you drive and go to appointments on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock, whatever the hell time, and you have to space out the showings for different buyers. So you have no time on the weekends for yourself. You have no time during the week for yourself. It's just stupid. And that's the business that you're getting in. I mean, sure, try it. Maybe you're going to do better than I do. And you know what? It's quite possible. I've never been particularly good at anything. I don't think. Sarcasm, maybe. But at this point, 44 years old, at some point you just gotta just say, look, I'm not very good at anything. I mean, clearly. So, except being angry, I can do that all day long. So yeah, that's the day. Is it gonna get better? Well, I've scheduled 2 showings in South County, And then I have to go to West County, which can be like 45 minutes away. And then I set like 45 minutes in between the two showings. So I might not get to the other one on time. And then I've got some more showings tonight. And I don't know that's going to get, how does it get better? All three buyers decide they want to write an offer on a house. Okay. So I write offers on these houses. Okay. Now I've got on Monday evening, I get to tell three buyers that they're probably not going to get the house. And maybe one of them does get the house. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I don't know. But I got more showings tomorrow with different buyers and more showings on Sunday with different buyers. And it's just like, great. Scheduled a showing with buyers. And that's not to say I don't love my buyers. Don't get me wrong. It's not my buyer's fault that the market is stupid. You know, it's not my fault. It's not their fault. Market's dumb. You know, I appreciate them calling. I appreciate people asking me to list their houses when they do. I had people call me this week to ask me to list houses. It's just, it hurts when you have lost opportunities. Right now, you want to have listings. I have a bunch of buyers. This is what I'm into. So anyway,